Joining me now is specialist dietitian Nicola Ludlam-Raine. Nicola, thank you for joining us on the show. These are quite eye-opening statistics here. It seems to me that we have a generation of children being raised on processed food who increasingly are forgetting what fresh fruit and vegetables even are. Who's to blame?
Who's to blame? I'm a busy working mum. I've got 2 little children. I understand the juggle and it's really hard. The survey by Organics showed that 54% of parents are running out of new ideas and tactics to get their little ones to try new foods. And that's what sparked the A to Z of Great Food campaign. So it's all about getting kids back in the kitchen, in the supermarkets, talking about foods, talking about how best to prepare foods. And I just think the message out there to parents is don't give up, because a new report showed that a child might take between 10 and 15 times to begin to accept a food after initially saying no.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly chimes with me. I'll get my daughter on broccoli one of these decades. She's only 9 years of age now, but it's part of the problem here, cost. Because let's face it, if you go to the supermarket, oftentimes fresh fruit and vegetables seems to be really pricey, and a ready meal or a ready pizza in the frozen section, it's peanuts in comparison. It's cost an issue.
We are in a cost of living crisis, and I think one of the main messages to get out there is that frozen fruits and vegetables are just as nutritious, if not more so, than fresh varieties. A lot of the information that I'm talking about today, there's lots of free recipes and guidance on the Organics website, so you don't need to pay to access it. And one of my favourite supermarkets is Aldi and Lidl, and you can pick up, for example, like hummus at 69p. You can get broccoli and vegetables and carrots for less than 50p. So I think it's about education. And that's one of the great things about the A to Z campaign, that it teaches parents how best to prepare the foods, especially when they're little, because as soon as they turn 6 months old, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So that's why I'm really proud to be backing this initiative.
And part of the problem, surely, is that kids aren't learning how to cook. I mean, my mum was a home economics teacher. I learned to cook at school. My mum said to me when I was 14, that's it, I'm not feeding you anymore. Take care of yourself. And since then, I've done that, and my kids are learning how to cook. Isn't that the issue? Learn to cook.
I think that's brilliant, and you've clearly got a fantastic, responsible mother. Children need to be brought into the kitchen, and we need to start talking about how best to prepare foods, even if it's just microwaving or steaming. These are brilliant cooking methods that help to retain nutrients. Get kids involved. They don't have to be involved in every single meal, but get them involved in meal planning. Can they come to the supermarket once a month, and get them interested in food? Because the research shows that if you make food fun and involve them, then they're more likely to eat the food. And I think a top tip for me is to serve food buffet style on the table, because children like control. So even if it's getting their own cup, serving themselves, and then eventually when they're old enough, boiling pasta on the pan.
OK, Nicola Ludlam-Raine, we're going to have to leave it there. Great advice. Thanks for joining us on GB News Saturday. And you're with me, Martin Dordley.